Yo, what's going on, people? Now, before we get started on this video, I just want to congratulate Flight, man. My guy, Flight, he made it, man. This is a video talking about before they were famous. Flight did his thing. He really carrying 2020 on his back. As much as we make fun of Flight, we appreciate you for carrying 2020 on your back, man. Keep doing what you do, man. Look at Curry, man. So inspirational. Instead of saying that, we should say, look at Flight, man. So inspirational. But anyway, let's see what this video got to say about Flight, man. Hey, look at his face, bro. Yo, Flight is funny, man. Appreciate everything you do, Flight. Keep doing your thing, man.
What? What? What happened? Before Flightreacts would inspire a Steph Curry meme that went so viral that even Curry himself hopped on the bandwagon.
Yeah, look at Curry, man. Just trying to do
Sports Center and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
Hey, yo, he even got Curry saying it. Yo, man. Flight stayed doing his thing, man. We like that, Flight. We like that.
We gotta look at this like 10
Curry,
times, man.
Just trying to do great things in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, yo.
Yeah, look at Curry, man. Just trying to do great things in the world, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Yo, Flight is doing his thing, bro. Keep grinding, Flight. We gotta see the June Flight pop out. You know? We know you could ball. Stop playing.
Man, this is just inspirational,
look at
bro.
Curry, man.
I'm gonna watch this quick clip for like 5 minutes, bro. This is inspirational, bro. I don't care what anybody says, dog. This is lit. Before Flightreacts would have over 250,000 followers on Twitter, almost 400,000 followers on Twitch, close to 1 million followers on Instagram, and over 4 million combined subscribers between his two YouTube channels at the time of this recording. Before Flightreacts would start dropping banging rap tracks of his own.
What you heard, Gucci with the Robin Jeans. I done made $1 million, now I'm ready.
My son Flight stayed dropping heat except for the duct tape. Come on, Flight. That duct tape song was trash, but my son Flight got better and better and better, man. We want to hear that new song coming out on April 20th. Can't wait for that. I'm gonna be reacting to that song too.
Flightreacts has been around for a minute creating viral content for YouTube and other platforms. Now my man's been holding down the fort since the early part of this decade, which is actually around the same time that I first started this channel as well. He's a brother from another mother, I tells ya. Now the kid, he has blown up off his reaction videos from anything like trick shots.
Ooh. I'm so sleep. He got the sauce? He definitely got the sauce. How did he do that? Look how little room he has. Look how much little room he has. Bam! Bam!
It's time to eat. Let's fire up the grill.
From the sound.
To women judging his looks.
Flightreacts.
Yeah, you know the name, girl.
Yo, that Ari situation, bro. That brings back so many memories. Good thing Flight's past that situation, you know. He got better from it. Stay improving. You know what I'm saying? My son Flight get the biddies, man. Don't pay attention to them, Flight. You know your body.
But I don't know what's so funny.
And with his bigger-than-life personality, well, he's taken the internet by storm. And that's without even mentioning the series of content he posts involving sketches, basketball players. There's pranks, there's basketball players, there's video games, and yeah, well, even more basketball players. Now, during hard times like these, when the world doesn't have any sports, well, at least we still have Flightreacts holding down the fort. Now for this video, I was actually able to get in contact with the man, and he helped me out by answering a whole bunch of questions. So this one is kind of like a collab video.
Calm your horses, but who's ready to go? Because I am, bitch. Let's get it.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden back at it again with a brand new Before They Are Famous, and this one was requested by you guys, a whole bunch of ya. Now in the past, we've done similar videos on the likes of Chris Smooves, Corey X Kenshin, RDC World, and Love Live Surf. Now, of course, this show...
Y'all gotta do one on Cash Nasty too, bro. He the next person you gotta do that for, man. Cash Nasty deserves some love too.
Works off requests from you guys, so you gotta let me know who's next in the comments down below. You can also hit me up in the DMs at McCruddenM or at the number down below. But text me. Stop calling me. I can't be getting any sleep because you kids keep blowing me up. So just text, alright? Now let's get into this video.
Full Sail University is a place where creative dreamers go to learn their craft.
Video. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom! Flightreacts was born Kamani White on August 7th, 1995 in Washington, D.C. Now,
He was born in Washington? I thought he was born in Florida. He probably moved to Florida. But damn, Washington, D.C.? I didn't know Flight was from there. Okay.
Spent the first year of his life living in the D.C. area, but at the age of 1, his family would pick up and move to West Palm Beach, Florida, where he still lives to this day. Now, Flight's dad, he worked as a wedding...
He don't live in West Palm Beach, Florida anymore. He lives in Cali. What you talking about? Michael? McCruden? Come on now.
Photographer, while his mom, she stayed at home and held down the home front. He also has one sister who he's extremely close with. Now, Flight's parents, they were always supportive of his goals and their hardworking nature. It inspired their children to stay focused and to keep out of trouble. At least for the time being. We're not there yet. Because he does get in trouble. It's a little later in the story.
Usually, I'll always have the camera anywhere we go, but the way my parents are, they're very private with their lives, so unfortunately, I will not be able to get nobody as soon as we get out this car on camera. But when we finish, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna check in with you guys. Hopefully she don't, boo-boo herself too much or get too shaky or make, herself look way too bad than what she's trying to make herself look. I'm trying to let her know that she has nothing to worry about. My parents are very welcoming people. They're old school, they're really not people to just really fear. They keep it real just like every other parent.
That's not the point. I never met parents before.
Growing up, Flight's top 2 priorities, they were basketball and music.
Oh, nah. Why I gotta bring up this play? I could have bring up a highlight. Y'all brought up a low light. Stop doing my man Flight dirty, bruh.
His biggest influences were Allen Iverson, Snoop Dogg, Fabulous, Chris Smoove, and of course, Stephen Curry.
Oh! That was a pass! Bro, that was a pass, bro! I've never seen that!
At first Flight, he attended school at Liberty Park Elementary from kindergarten to grade 2. He then moved on to Chloe Lake Elementary from grade 3 through 5, before arriving at Okeeley Middle School for grade 6 through 8. Okeeley? I guess it doesn't sound that strange. Whatever. Florida people. Now, Flight, he found elementary and middle school to be a rough time in his youth. There was a lot of gangs, there were fights, there were drugs, and violence that
My son Flight stay looking fresh. Look at him, bro. Okay. The clean fit.
intersected with his daily life. Now, he was bullied a lot in grade 4 and grade 6 because of trivial things like the type of shoes he wore.
Officer, I got one question for you. What are those?
One day while walking home from school in grade 7, while Flight, he was jumped by a gang and attacked. Now, it turned out to be a case of mistake.
Nah, man, what? That's crazy. I never got jumped. No, thank God. Hopefully I don't. But I can imagine that being scary.
Mistaken identity. The intended target was someone else who just looked like him. But, well, the damage had already been done. To make matters worse, well, his dad, he also lost his job around this same time, and he was out of work for close to a year. Now, at this point, everything in his home life, it was becoming very difficult, and Flight, he took it out by acting at school like a punk. He would get into fights, he would run his mouth at the teachers. He basically just turned into the guy he's not today.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but from that point on, I bet Flight worked his ass off hard as hell, man. You know, that's what I like about Flight. That man, Flight, stay working. Regardless of how he look, he stay working.
You know what I mean? Like a troublemaker. Like a brick. Like a kid with a chip on his shoulder. You know, it happens.
Okay, if you pass it, which means in her terms of passing, it's a D, which actually technically is a passing. If I get a 60 or higher, she's not gonna call my mom. If I get an F, she's gonna call my mom right after. She said I was gonna be the first one out of 35 degrees.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I got a 78. I didn't get anything higher than a 75. That was my highest test score on a math quiz or test that year, dude.
But Flight's next chapter would come to define his life to this point. Now, Flight's mother, she transferred him to newly built Palm Beach Central High School, and it was her hope that the school would offer her son better influence and keep him out of trouble. Now, her gambit, it paid off in the 9th grade. Flight joined his first and only basketball team. It was something he deeply enjoyed doing, but unfortunately, midway through the season, he got a high ankle sprain, and he couldn't play in any more games.
Let's go, Flight team.
Y'all stay showing lowlights of Flight, bro. Stop doing him dirty, man. Show me some highlights. This is pre-June Flight. Post-June Flight, it's over for the whole YouTube community. I'm telling y'all, bro. It's over.
Too low.
During the downtime he spent healing while Flight, he became depressed from not being able to shoot hoops and partake in one activity that was keeping him off the streets and, you know, like out of trouble. So he started smoking weed during that summer heading into grade 10, and as this habit picked up...
Oh, I thought Flight didn't smoke weed until around a little bit after he created his reaction channel. I didn't know he smoked weed at the 10th grade, bro. He smoked weed when he was young. Still addicted. Gotta get rid of that, man. Gotta get rid of that.
Well, his grades, they began to drop. His GPA, it fell as low as 1.6, and he was...
Ooh, 1.6? High school is too easy for your grade to be dropping at 1.6. So much easier than high school in Jamaica. Like, you should not be getting a 1.6. High school is way too easy. They give y'all so many chances to pass, man. Especially with the extra credit. In Jamaica, you don't get extra credit. You don't.
Was rendered ineligible to return to the basketball team because of his poor academics. Now, Flight, he tried to fill in this hole in his life by taking on part-time jobs. So first he got a gig working at Steak and Shake. But he soon got let go from that job for showing up at work high all the time. And then...
What? I thought Flight quit. He went to work high as hell? Nah, man. Nah, son. He didn't use the air freshener. He didn't use enough air freshener.
They would mess up everyone's order. Next, he tried his hand at working at Chick-fil-A. But that gig, it didn't turn out any better. Now, Flight, he was out of that job in 4 months' time. Now, it was during all this that Flight, he first came by the handle that the world would one day call him by. Now, as he continued to attend most of his classes in the 10th grade high, well, people around school, they started dubbing him as Flight because he was always on flight. You know.
So that's why he got the name Flight, because he always high. That's funny.
Whenever they saw him, the guy was high as a kite. So Flight, it makes sense. Now, as difficult a moment as it was in Flight's life, well, it was actually a bit of a blessing in disguise, because with all this downtime, well, he started gaming a lot more and watching YouTube, where he fell in love with content creators like Chris Smoove. Now, watching these videos, it inspired Flight to create his own content, and when he realized that someone could take a hobby and actually make a career out of it, well, the guy was on a brand new path.
I actually started off YouTube about 4 years ago, around that time, and my original account was called Mr. Big Boy 305. And when I had first made a YouTube account, I actually didn't start off making videos. I actually rather did NBA mixes and did tutorial mixes on just different things in life.
Now, Flight would hold off on chasing his dreams until after graduating high school, which came a little bit later than it does for most. Now, with his low GPA and after having failed his FCAT reading state test, well, it took Flight well into his 5th year at Palm Beach Central High School to graduate. Now, Flight, he worked his off to get those numbers back up and looking respectful. And he worked hard enough that he was even accepted into Palm Beach State College, so good for him, which he attended for 1 month before he dropped out to pursue the career that he knew was already calling his name. Now, working off his own muscle while Flight, he got his YouTube channel, Not Your Average Flight, and Flightreacts off the ground and soaring. Sorry for the pun, but I just had to. Now, at first, a lot of his content, it was video game related. We're talking 2K and NBA Live.
Not your average Flight coming at you when it's time to get right. Coming into a My Team game, road to the playoffs. Adjusting my lineup, I'm looking at his lineup. His lineup's looking a little iffy, and my lineup's looking a little spiffy. But let's see, you can't judge a book by its cover, so hey, well, the game will determine who is a better team.
But it was the videos in which he put his personality front and center that really began to pay off for Flight.
Can I get a Netflix and chill for anybody lost in the world? Hate talking about stuff like this, man.
Yo, those videos of Flight, man, it was so funny as hell, man. I remember I was watching Flight back in his 2014-15 days. Classic. It's instant classic.
Before he knew it, Flight was a bona fide YouTube personality and pulling in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on the regular. Now, Flight's clout had exploded so much so that he even began dating rapper T.I. from Taylor Girls throughout 2017 and 2018. And this was a relationship that he documented heavily on his channel.
Lick the other person's forehead.
Wait, I lick your forehead or you lick my forehead?
I think this is for both of us. When it's a dare, I think it's for both of us. Okay. Oh, the most sexiest lick I've seen.
What?
Now, Flight's come up and has been so prolific that he's also got fans out there who are looking to make sure he winds up on the Golden State Warriors. Yeah, playing next to his favorite player of all time, Steph Curry. Man.
Look at Curry, man. So inspirational, man.
I don't know if it'll happen. I guess if there were a season for it to happen, this is it. I mean, there isn't even an NBA, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, this is just inspirational,
look at
bro.
Curry, man.
Bro, I'm gonna watch this
Just
quick clip for like 5 minutes, bro. This is inspirational, bro. I don't care what anybody says, dog. This is lit.
Even if it's only for a 10-day contract during a season that's been more or less canceled, well, I still think he'd take it. And do you think he's got a shot in hell? Let me know if you think so in the comments down below. Be interested to hear what you guys have to say. As for the rest of the story, well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up here because this...
What? This is mad short. You didn't talk about Flight's heat, man. You got to talk about his music and the basketball games he playing, man. You got to talk about pre-June versus post-June Flight and what you think of it. This is way too short, man. But either way, I appreciate you making a video, McCruden. Anyways, you already know, Flight made it before they were famous. My son Flight on his way to fame right now. If not, he's already famous. You got Stephen Curry recognizing him. It's great, man. Flight achieved great things, man. And we appreciate you for carrying 2020 on your back through these difficult times. Hopefully, during June, post-June Flight, you go off, beat Bronny, beat whoever he is you got to beat, man. But anyway, that's it from me. I gotta go. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace out, my dudes.
Nå heier nærmer seg, spør alle hva jeg gjør da. Jeg hitter kløden som